Hey, what's up, Stringlings? Today we're going to be doing a real quick little review and playthrough of this guy, the Donner Vowel Mini. Let's check it out. Donner, as you know, is really kind of cornering the market on affordable mini pedals that are surprisingly high quality for what they cost. And a couple of years ago, I picked this one up. This is the Viper Mini. It's, as you can see, it's green. And this is honestly one of my favorite pedals. Now, this is just a passive volume pedal. It's a rocker pedal, and inside is a volume control very similar to the volume control on your guitar. So it just goes from quiet to loud. Typically, I keep this in the effects loop. You can see I've used it for a while because I've changed the rubber feet. But I keep this in the effects loop after my modulation effects and before my time effects. That way, what I'm doing is I'm actually controlling the volume of the preamp and not the volume of the guitar. If you put this in front of all of your other signals, of all of your other pedals in your signal chain, it acts like the volume control on your guitar. So it will lower the signal going into your effects chain. When you put this in the loop, after your modulation effect, it controls the volume of the amplifier, really. So you still get all of the tone from all of your pedals just at a lower volume. So it gives you some dynamics to play with. And I put it before the time effects, before delay and reverb, so that they continue to impact that sound, because what your delay and reverb are supposed to be doing is giving you the effect of your full guitar tone in a large space. And this is just going to make the guitar itself quieter, but keep that ambience. So that's basically why I put it there. But this is a passive pedal, and even though it's very quiet, I think Donner has actually discontinued this pedal, which is too bad because it is one of my favorites. And I can't find it on any of their sites. But a fair replacement is this guy, which is the Vowel Mini. Now this is a 2-in-1 controller pedal. This is both a volume pedal and a wah-wah pedal. And for the price, you could get two. Put one in front as a wah and one in the loop as a volume. It actually switches. It has little indicator lights inside here, and you'll see when I have it on the floor. Green means it's being a volume pedal, and red means it's being a wah-wah pedal. And once it's plugged in, it's always on. Okay, so you want to keep it plugged in front of your chain, like you know where you would normally put your wah-wah pedal, and green, and just leave it turned all the way up. Like that, see? So when you want to engage the wah, you give it a click, and then the wah pedal, and then you just click it and you leave it up there so that you've got full volume. It will work fully like a volume pedal, and I will show you what I mean. It'll work exactly like a volume pedal through the whole thing. But it works like a volume pedal in front of your pedal chain, so the same as the volume control on your guitar, just in a pedal, which is cool. It's much better for clean tones, I find. If you're using a lot of gain, having this function as a volume control, actually it can affect how much signal is going through and how much is getting clipped. So that kind of makes a bit of a difference. I'm not saying never use a volume pedal in front of your chain, just know that it will affect how the rest of the effects chain is going to behave. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to plug this in on the floor, and you're going to get to watch me rock this little rocker. Okay folks, we're all rigged up here, and I am plugged into my DST 152, also from Donner, mainly because it's handy. I'm keeping everything on the single coil settings on here. I'm running the Vowel Mini into my interface, and that's going into Reaper, and I'm running 2 channels of the Fortin Cali suite from Neural DSP. On the first channel, I've just used the default setting, and I've switched over to the clean amp and turned all of the overdrives off, and this is my clean tone with no effects. Okay, and that's on the bridge pickup. And now if you look, you'll see that the green lights are set. So that means we're using the volume control. So as a volume control, it would sit in your signal chain in this position, always on. unless you wanted it to be a volume control. What's useful about this is that they've made it an active volume control, so now it actually helps to reduce some of the noise in your chain as well. So it sounds like this. So you're able to control a little bit of the volume. So you can bring that swell in as you want to. It's a very cool little feature, and I think it's super handy. Just be careful, like I said in the intro, it will reduce the volume of your signal going into your chain. But that's really all it does, is it just turns the volume up and down. Now, if we want to turn this into a wah-wah pedal, all we do is click it, and you see the signal turns red. That gives us a full-on wah pedal. And I'm sticking in the bridge position for now. What I do notice about this pedal is that in the wah position, it actually boosts the signal. So here's my unboosted clean signal again. Slightly out of tune. And here's my wah-wah signal. So you do need to be aware of that when you're using this. It will give you a little bit of a boost. Super useful for solos, right? If you're going into a lead channel, you can get a lot of extra kind of gusto to it. You do need to be aware of the brightness of that tone going into the mix, because right now I'm in the full open wah position. But it has a really nice open wah sound as well. But the sweep is pretty decent for a little pedal. I'm going to go ahead and let me just turn off the... I don't know if you can tell, but I have a noise gate on here. Now you can tell. Okay. Okay, so there's a little hiccup there, and that's partly because it's active and partly because of just the way things work when you're using these systems. And remember, I'm on a clean channel, so we're getting a little bit of overdrive. It's actually pushing the signal a little hot. But it's important to remember that the Cali is a tube amp. So when you push into a tube amp really hot, you get a little bit of breakup. Going over the neck pickup, we'll see it mellows out a little bit. I'm trying not to drive it too hard because I don't want it to really distort, but it does give quite a bit of boost. So when we go over to the dirty channel, so I've got a channel here with a little bit of overdrive on it. Again, it's the default channel, but what I've done is I've switched to the OD2 channel, which is specifically a drive channel. And we're back into the volume control position, as you can see, and it's... There it is. This is the signal. Sounds pretty good, actually. I really like the Fortin Cali for this. I'm going to go into humbucker mode. It's a great sounding amp. So that, of course, means if we're going to use the volume control, it kind of compresses, it crushes a little bit because it's not pushing as much into the overdrive on the amp. It still works for volume swells. Kind of cool. And it works great if you're just kind of playing rhythm. And you want to break it up for a solo. Or a chorus. So if you've got two in your chain, you can leave one in your loop to use exclusively as a volume pedal, and one in front of your chain as a wah-wah pedal. That's why I actually keep the Viper Mini around. Where this thing screams is up here in the wah position. So remember, it's going to give a little bit of a boost, so I'm watching my signal levels here, but it's very cool. So if you're a dynamic player, this is a great pedal to work with. And also, I'm not going to go full distortion on this one because I don't think it needs it just for the demo. But if you're into really, really high gain tones, this pedal just sings it out. I may do another demo later because I have a couple of other overdrive pedals to check out. But yeah, it just sounds really cool as a lead pedal. Cool. Okay, so that was the Vowel Mini volume and wah. I hope you enjoyed this little demo, and I hope you stick around a little bit longer because I've got a lot more of these coming out. Actually, I have a list of pedals coming up from a couple of different companies, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And if you want to keep these things coming out more frequently, I hope you will consider joining as a member of my channel. There are a few perks listed below on the members page, so go ahead and click. My affiliate links for this pedal and anything else I happen to have available will be located in the description below. And that is all for today, so I hope you enjoyed it. Have yourselves a great day.